I don't know what the podcast is called yet officially. Spooky Skeletons Podcast.
Spooky Skeleton, but okay.
Yeah, I think it's called the Spooky Skeletons Podcast.
You think?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
We're both very new to this. My name is Caleb.
My name's Clint.
It's Clint, co-host. We're not related. We just
I'm
met.
just the pool boy.
I just got a house. He came with it. Yeah, and we just both happen to be wearing very, very cool jackets.
Now.
If you're listening, it's since the podcast. Because listen. Just imagine that we look really good. And if you don't know what we look like, imagine a couple white guys.
Yeah, a couple of white guys that look real good.
Really good.
Real good.
Like
handsome.
Yeah.
As handsome as they come.
Yeah, as handsome as they come. Handsome enough to make. I got my papers here. I got my actual papers.
You got a lot of papers.
I got a lot of papers. I got 25 pages. That's a damn book.
There's 25 pages worth of
25
Bigfoot?
pages of Bigfoot. That's our first episode is about Bigfoot.
I leaked it. I wasn't supposed to say that
fucking
yet. Shit.
You son of a bitch.
Start over?
You're off the podcast. Get off the podcast. There he goes.
Where you want this?
I'll take it.
Take it. Okay. I'm sorry.
I got both of them now. He's out. Yep.
I live here though. Where do you want?
That was a joke. We're still friends. Here we go. Episode 1, Bigfoot, Spooky Skeletons Podcast, Caleb and Clint.
If you've ever watched the hit sport basketball, you know they're real. Big feet belong to all of America's greatest athletes. But these feet are not the foot we want. We want more fur. We want mud. We want girth.
What do you think about that?
Girthy feet.
Girthy feet. Yeah, like big.
Wide feet.
Yeah.
Wider, no D.
My feet are real thin.
Yeah?
Yeah. And long now.
Let's see. Let's size them up.
I got real long feet. You got cowboy boots on. Yeah, so.
That's a big foot.
That is a huge foot.
What's my foot? That's wild.
Shoes make your feet bigger.
Make your feet bigger.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Because I got bigger feet.
Yeah, you
got
longer toes than me.
Yeah. We got the same foot.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a herniated disc too. My back hurts really bad.
Old bastard. Yeah, so wide, big, hairy, smelly feet.
Yeah. Girthy feet. Girth Brooks.
The Bigfoot baby, that's what we're talking about today. Now, just what does it mean to be the Bigfoot? Well, grow big feet. And lots of hair. And not just on your head. Then, jump into the taffy puller until you're about 8 to 15 feet long.
What do you think about that?
The like taffy puller, like one of them things that spin.
Yeah, like
taffy.
candy.
That's what they're called.
Mm-hmm, taffy
pullers.
Yeah, that's how they make Bigfoot.
Yeah,
And do all this, and you can call yourself a dedicated Sasquatch stan. But don't dare call yourself one of these divine beings, unless you wish to feel the mighty stomps of Bigfoot's big foot.
Semicolon, I know I do. So I didn't write this.
Yeah.
I didn't write this. I'm not into feet stuff.
Producers,
that was
writers,
Duncan. That was Duncan, I think.
Yeah.
He's a fucking weirdo.
Now you'd be a damned fool to think there's only one kind of Sasquatch. Tales of these mythical beasts range from far and wide, from the snow caps of the Himalayas to the humid Walmarts of southern Florida. Such creatures like the Yeti are a type of Bigfoot, also referred to as the abominable snowman.
Spell that.
Snowman?
No. No.
Whoever decided to call him abominable just obviously didn't spend the time to get to know him. The skunk ape is another type of Sasquatch. This Evergladian beast smells like someone juiced a fart and now suffers from the vapors.
Juiced a fart. Yeah, I like that.
I like Evergladian.
The Evergladian?
Too.
I like juiced a fart better.
I like that way better.
Yeah, that's funny.
And the little guy of the Bigfoot tribe would, of course, be the Yowie. Ranging from 5 to 9 feet tall, these angry little guys are scrappy and have gotten into fights with people.
They're small.
Yeah, fist fights with people.
Yeah. And it's a somewhat of a fair match?
No, they beat the fuck out of whoever they fight.
Oh.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of them. Yeah. Because, 5 foot tall is still an ape. You know?
A 5 foot tall ape would whoop my ass.
That's a big ape.
That's a big
fucking ape.
Yeah.
So,
they're strong.
Yeah, they'd whoop my ass. They'd rip my dick off and put it in my ass if they wanted.
If they wanted. I would
let them too. Because what else am I going to do? Say no?
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad state of affairs.
Now, some things these variations of hairy, big-footed beast all have in common is a lack of respect for the importance of personal hygiene, usually appearing to have matted hair, and being very, very pungent.
That's something we all have in common now.
That's, yeah.
I showered for this.
You did?
No.
I got the pool.
Same, yeah. Ever since I got a pool, I haven't showered. Now, as with Bigfoot, cryptid, mysteries, whatever, because I don't really believe in Bigfoot, really. I do. I believe in him, like, in his goals and, like, what he wants to do with his life.
Yeah.
In his dreams and whatnot, but I don't think he's real.
You don't think he's real, but you hope he's doing well. You hope he's, like, achieving his goals. He's making it in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paying the bills and like making ends meet and everything.
Right. Yeah. Like Maslow's hierarchical needs or whatever. Yeah. Did you know Peter Caine? You know who that is?
Nope.
Crazy guy on the internet. Crazy guy. He got fucked by a Bigfoot. Yeah.
Really?
He cries about it. He makes a big.
What was it? He not enjoyable?
No, not enjoyable. We'll watch that here in a minute. In the middle and after the first story, I'll show you that video.
Okay.
Peter Caine,
like
dog trainer.
Like a porno?
No. Like he got raped by a Bigfoot.
But we're gonna watch him get.
No, we're gonna watch him relive it.
Like
yeah. That's enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's you'll see. You'll see.
Wherever you're from, you always seem to hear parables of large, hairy homeless men endowed in the feet department. In fact, it just so seems encounters with big feet aren't all that uncommon. Stories of chance encounters can come from just about anyone. The first reported sighting of a Bigfoot, not attached to a human's leg, is attributed to explorer David Thompson, who, in 1811, discovered a set of Sasquatch footprints while traveling the Columbia River. Although, in 1811, before grooming products were at its best, perhaps this was just an unkempt river lad living in squalor.
So we just threw the average man of that era right under the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So David says he's
David Thompson.
David, he's just saying that he's saying there was a Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Is that what he said it was?
Yeah. He thought it was. That was. See it.
So
he found footprints.
He found footprints.
Big footprints.
Big
ones.
Big ones.
Bigger than the biggest man.
Is that what he said? Or just like maybe this guy's just got small feet and they were just like average size footprints?
Kind of like how sometimes I watch porn and I see guys with big dicks and I'm like, they're not the same species.
No, that's different.
Yeah, I'm different.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
Not the same.
The supposed sighting is unconfirmed, as good old Davy Tommy was not wearing his GoPro. The same cannot be said for Roger Patterson, who got on film a bipedal and submissive and breedable fur man. I like that.
All right. You know that film? That's the one with the titties. The fucking the iconic Bigfoot walk with the titties.
Doing the robot.
But the titties though.
Yeah, the titties. It has titties.
Pendulous swinging memories.
Yes. My favorite.
Even on Bigfoot?
I mean,
better than not having them.
Guys get lonely.
Yeah, ask Peter Caine. Dog trainer. I got to quit mentioning him. He's in like a bunch of trouble right now.
Is he?
With allegations and stuff, yeah.
It happens.
But I can't help that he has an interesting story with Bigfoot.
Roger Patterson, joined by Bob Giblin, directed the 1967 short film featuring the first captured footage of a Bigfoot. Now, it's a damn shame they didn't wait 2 more years and release in '69 because
that's the good number.
That is the good number.
I didn't write that yet.
That is the good number.
I didn't write that.
Yeah, I can tell.
I would have written that though, maybe. No, I wouldn't have.
No.
I wouldn't have, yeah.
Anyways, in the film, you can see relatively clear detail, the subject moving from left to right in a clearing. Best way to experience the film is in a stabilized version so the camera shake is eliminated, offering a clear view of the Bigfoot that was caught on tape. Though, hotly debated over the authenticity, one thing is undeniable. Patterson and Gimlin ran this into the ground, Gimlin having done a nationwide tour and publishing a book. One might say they profited greatly from this encounter.
So what you're saying is he made it up?
For money?
Yeah.
Fame? No.
That's not what you're saying?
No.
So
I'm alluding to that, but that's not like literally what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you're telling me you film Bigfoot and the first thing you think of is like, you know what I'm going to do with this?
Make a lot of money.
Profit.
Woo! Profit incentive.
Yeah.
Woo!
Interesting.
Woo! He probably did that too.
What a capitalist.
Woo!
Entrepreneur, really.
What an American way to fucking ruin something. Something so cool.
True.
You know what I would do if I found Bigfoot? I would tell everybody. I wouldn't even think about money. I'd be like, I found Bigfoot!
Bigfoot! I saw him! I got the footage to prove it too! Like, you don't have to be scared about, like, if it's just like a story, it's like, oh, yeah, I was in the woods and I heard it and then I saw him, blah, blah, nobody believes you,
Right.
everything, we've been over
I
this.
literally got hey, dude, I got Bigfoot. I saw him. And you're like, really?
Bullshit.
That's cool. I got fucking video.
Show me.
I show you and it's at big swinging pendulous breasts.
Yep.
And you're like,
You suck on him?
we should do a book tour.
One thing that will always cast doubt into the legitimacy of something prone to skepticism is the potential for profitability. The footage was filmed at Bluff Creek, about 38 miles south of Oregon. Now, the exact location of the site is unknown, and finding it today would probably be nearly impossible. The task with it being in the woods, off a trail, and nearly 50 years later.
The Patterson Gimlin film, Patterson Gimlin, I like that.
Same.
I like that name, Gimlin.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to name my first kid that.
What's the...
Gimlin?
Gimli?
Yeah, Gimli
That's
from Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Gimli.
Yes.
Short guy.
Yeah. Kind of like the
Yowie?
Yowies, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said yappies. Kind of like the yappies. That's a type of dog. Also, Bluff Creek.
Yeah. What about it?
I think they're bluffing.
That's true. That's like fucking Liar's Bend.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
True. That's actually, I wonder if that's a little Easter egg.
Patterson Gimlin film, which was of course recorded by Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin, is a 60-second reel of footage that famously contains what is known as the first videographic sighting of the Sasquatch. Unfortunately, Robert had passed away of cancer in 1972, taking what little knowledge we have on this footage and its legitimacy to his grave, with Gimlin remaining as tight-lipped as ever.
He's a damn tight-lipped secret keeper.
Yep.
I thought about that for a while before I said it.
You did.
Secret snatcher, I wanted to say.
You're also a little tight-lipped.
Literally, though.
So Roger's the one that
He died.
died. He's also the one that actually saw it. And Gimli, was Gimli there?
Gimlin?
Gimlin?
Yeah,
Gimli?
yeah, Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Gimli wasn't there.
I'm not exactly sure. I guess they were just, it was like they both faked it together.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
a video production, and he was like the producer.
How did what type of cancer did Roger have? How did he get his cancer?
What's the funniest type of cancer? Let's see. Stomach cancer.
So
That's a sad cancer, yeah.
stomach cancer, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Roger.
Rip.
But that being said, did he get the cancer from sucking on the teat of the pendulous breast?
Getting some witch's milk.
Yep.
Some witch's milk.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'd say he got it from the karma of being a capitalist sellout.
That makes way more sense.
Marks this joke.
Unfortunately, Patterson did not get to see the reaction the world would have to the first ever footage of the Sasquatch.
Breaking news, Bigfoot is real. And they released what they say is proof. Several never-before-seen short video clips of the legendary and very shy creature.
At least not in its full glory. While he was still alive, very few scientists would barely even give him the time of day to look at it. Which is a reasonable response, I guess. What exactly is some guy in a lab coat supposed to do when given 60 seconds of what could very well be a man in a monkey suit?
A man in a monkey suit. That's true. That's a
Very
good point.
true.
Yeah, it's like a good way to just lose all credibility if you're a scientist.
Very, very true.
Look at this thing. I got other scientists.
Yeah, imagine being like
Other
being the
Nobel Prize
scientist.
winners?
It's like you want me to just like dedicate my life to
Monkey suit?
your monkey suit video?
Yeah, that's no.
Regardless of all the allegations they had received, they never did confess to it being a hoax. But, I say but, the closest we ever came to getting a statement on the legitimacy of the footage was a remark from Gimlin, alluding to the fact that it could have possibly been someone fooling him and Patterson.
Come around this big downfalled tree, and the creature was standing just about 30 or 40 feet on the other side of the creek.
That's like a kid. That's like
Yeah.
a child. It wasn't me. It was It was
He's trying to pass the blame
someone else,
on
though.
somebody else. He's trying to.
yes.
You're telling me somebody else just happened to be in the
Yeah.
woods, Mr. Gimli?
dressed as a fucking monkey.
Yeah.
You're gonna get shot is what's gonna happen,
100%.
or you're gonna get filmed. Some fucking perv with a big titty breast monkey suit.
That would probably be the most heartbreaking ending to the Patterson film. A single man dressed in a monkey suit, randomly walking around in the woods doing God knows what, pranked the entirety of the cryptozoology community for years to come.
That would be hilarious.
That would be
quite a troll.
really, really funny.
That would be quite a troll.
They're pretty far away from civil. There's just a guy that just like walks through the woods in monkey suits
No, there's
and is
not.
like
No.
expecting to see other humans.
No, there's not. They're just admitting that they lied without directly admitting that they lied. Anyways, but there are real Bigfoots. I hope.
Another instance of a filmed Bigfoot encounter comes from Paul Freeman in 1994, when, while he was casting Bigfoot footprints of what he claims are young Bigfoots, he captured one moving through the woods. He believed it appeared to be two Bigfoots tending to their young.
Wholesome Bigfoot Chungus moment.
That is amazing.
Yeah, two Bigfoots tending to their young, having like a Disney movie moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen anything tending to its young.
No.
Not even monkeys.
Did he also confirm similar pendulous, succulent milkers?
No.
Huh. That's sad.
Yeah, but he did mention a long, plump cock.
Maybe it's two males
Yeah.
and they adopted it. They found just
It's a progressive Bigfoot family.
yeah.
I mean, that's reasonable.
That's wonderful.
In 1994, that would be like
Ooh, true.
ahead of the times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'd have to hide in the woods.
That makes sense. That makes
True.
sense. Maybe this was people in monkey suits and they went into the woods
Mhm.
and they that was them getting away from civilization. They wanted this
Right.
lifestyle, this that was very progressive, especially at the time.
Right.
And they're hiding.
Yeah. And they had wild, hairy monkey sex in the woods
Yeah.
with their plump cocks.
Yes.
Perhaps you're going to love this one, by the way. This has to do with Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Now, perhaps the most disturbing encounter with a Bigfoot-like creature comes from a small Pennsylvania town in 1858. In December, members of the community of Lancaster saw
a thing like a man, but hairy as a bear. It's a quote. All right.
in a farm pen.
Sucking the cows. Little Midwestern, but
Yeah, you sound like you're from like Wisconsin.
yeah, Wisconsin, Minnesota, or Canada.
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan. Yoder. How do they sound?
Yoders?
Told Yoder. Yoder, and they kind of sound like kind of weird though.
Yeah. How do them Yoders sound?
Sucking the cows.
Just go very Bavarian with it for
Fucking the cows.
no reason.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, they're Dutch, right? So a thing like a man, but hairy as a bear. They saw it in the farm pen. Sucking the cows.
What does that mean, by the way? Sucking.
I know, dude.
Sucking the teat. Sucking
No,
the.
just-
sucking the.
Just like grapefruit.
sucking on them.
Sucking them.
Sucking on cows.
Sucking them off. Sucking them off. They're plump cocks.
Do your thing.
Cows
I say.
don't have cocks. Anyways.
Need I say, he should have propositioned the townsfolk to ask permission for their valuable produce before helping himself? Perhaps even offer trade, as I'm sure he has lots of berries in his Bigfoot cave. Or service like washing dishes at the local inn. Helping himself to the cows and their milky udders is thievery, and thievery is against the law. Though the townsfolk weren't able to capture or track the creature, it is one of the encounters with the most people present to corroborate the sighting.
Interesting. And this was Lancaster, PA. You
Yeah,
ever been up there?
Oh, I have, yeah.
Yep. A lot of Amish up there.
A lot of Amish up there.
Lot of
I call them
Amish
Amish.
up there. Amish.
Omish.
Amish.
With an O.
With a O. Oh.
Yeah. They don't
Amish.
like it.
What were the Amish like in 1858? They were just
Same.
normal. Normal. They were like
Same as
everybody
they are now,
else.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
It
might
was-
have still been less evolved.
Yeah. So are they just like behind us?
Yeah, no. So like in 1858, normal people were like, these fucking Amish people, they don't even use money.
Yeah.
Like
They
they
don't-
trade, they
Yeah.
barter.
They haven't. They haven't invented the bucket yet. They ain't got buckets yet. The Amish.
Are you just pulling out of this out of your ass?
When was the bucket invented?
I assume before 1858. What?
Well, yeah, before 1858, but not when they are. So, like, the modern 1858 man, he's got a bucket.
When did they even come here?
The
I feel
Amish?
like they're new. They just showed
Maybe
up
that's
being
what
real
it
old.
is.
Anyways, that's irrelevant. Look at our shirts. If you can't look at our shirts, try to listen.
Listen to our shirts.
All right. Little overview, little general like updates of Bigfoot, the history, right?
Yeah.
Patterson Gimlin film, the Amish sighting.
Yeah, we went back a long ways.
The legendary Amish sighting. Sucking the cows. Here's a true encounter from Bigfoot. All right.
So the rest of these haven't been true?
These are those first ones were true, but they were just like a general synopsis of Bigfoot in
I
general.
see.
These are true encounters, true stories of people who got something by Bigfoot. I don't know. Let's see.
For generations, Tommy's family had owned a cabin deep in the mountains of Appalachia. It was a relatively secluded place surrounded by trees and other large amounts of foliage. If you didn't know where it was, it might as well have not existed. The cabin was not grand, but it was nothing to laugh at. What started out as a 2-room shack was slowly developed by Tommy's family over the generations into a 2-story, 5-room cabin. The upstairs portion of the home was the bedroom, while the downstairs contained the living, bathroom, kitchen, and study. This cabin was a special piece for Tommy, as he had made many fond memories over the years with his grandfather and his father. As the summer crept in, Tommy found himself between college semesters, and instead of working for the summer, he decided it would be easier and more relaxing to inhabit the cabin for the summer months and maintain the property until the coming fall. There had been complaints from the far yet neighboring properties of vandalism, petty theft, and other strange, unexplainable things. For Tommy, it was the perfect excuse. He would watch over the cabin and shoo off any unwanted guests, all while getting to enjoy the nice, secluded, low-expense vacation. Before Tommy had set off, he packed all his necessities, such as food and water. Tommy's father had warned him of the danger that someone could attempt a break-in. However, this didn't worry Tommy in the slightest because the two things Tommy was most keen on bringing was his father's S&W Model 10 .38 revolver from when he was in the police force, and a Gibbs Carbine .308 along with ammunition for both.
He's strapped.
Well, Smith & Wesson Model 10, that's good. That's
He's
good.
strapped,
It's good.
man.
Good
Old
handgun.
school.
Very old school.
Go ahead, punk.
Make my day.
Here, you shoot too.
But most important of all, Tommy brought his pet dog Roscoe, an Australian Shepherd. Roscoe would be Tommy's only companion for his long stay at the cabin. The only other person he would have the liberty of talking to was perhaps the gas station clerk in the nearby town. Regardless, Tommy loaded up his Ford Bronco and started his 5-hour drive to the cabin. As Tommy's drive comes closer to an end, he notices the lack of buildings, cars, people, and really anything. He is alone out here, none but him, the trees, and the denizens of the forest.
Bigfoot. That means Bigfoot. Bigfoot.
I think that means Bigfoot.
That's exactly what that means.
And Bambi?
No, just Bigfoot.
I think Bigfoot's I think Bigfoot voted for Trump. Bombshell alert. Bombshell alert.
You think he's MAGA?
I think he's MAGA. And we got to find him. We got to press him. We got to know
Yeah.
why.
See.
We got to see why. Or did you just go Spanish for me on there for a second?
That was C. What did I mean?
What
See.
did you mean?
What did I mean with that?
Sí.
See.
De donde Bigfoot? El Trump.
Tommy makes it along a dirt path, which is also the driveway of the cabin. Pulling up, it is apparent that nobody's visited in a long time. Mother Nature had reclaimed the cabin and the surrounding fence. Tommy made a quick mental note of all the overgrown areas and other places that seemed like they would require maintenance. He then unloaded all of his belongings into the cabin, putting his personal items in the bedroom and living room, while making sure to properly store his food in the kitchen. Tommy would then start up the generator outside of the building, making relatively quick work of the process. The generator started producing almost a mechanical heartbeat, giving life and light to the cabin.
I like that.
Yeah, very
I like
romanticized.
That was very well written. Who wrote this for us? David Thoreau? Who wrote this for us? Paulo Costa?
Who's that?
A guy who wrote the Alchemist.
The Alchemist. That's
Or Paulo Coelho.
That's a movie.
Paulo Costa? Who's Paulo Costa? Paulo Coelho.
I think he makes fishing bait.
Fuel, unfortunately, is a very finite resource, so he would have to use the generator sparingly in the future. But this was just a temporary solution until he could get his solar up and running in the cabin. The sun was already setting on his first day in the cabin, so Tommy prepared himself a quick turkey sandwich and his dog some dry food, and went to bed making sure to leave no lights on so as not to waste power. As Tommy laid in bed, he thought about just how terrifyingly dark the area was. Tommy was by no means a child, but even if he couldn't help but think what might lurk out beyond the tree line. As these anxious thoughts coursed through Tommy's head, he remembered he had a long day tomorrow and that he really should get some shut-eye. So he did. He awoke the next morning feeling refreshed by the yellow sunrise peeking through his window. It was warm, refreshing light, followed by the birds chirping and a light breeze outside fluttering the branches of the tall, large pines.
Yet again, very romantic.
Yeah.
Also, this guy's in college age. I'm 25, and I'd be too scared to do this. I'd be shitting myself.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
very
weird.
weird. I don't like this.
Me neither.
I gotta say.
I'd have more than a Gibbs 308.
Yeah.
I'd have about 20 friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I would want some more people with me.
20 friends and
Why is he doing this?
free vacation. Low expense vacation.
Just by himself.
By himself, just like true psychopath. He's a sycophant. He's a loon. He's a lunatic. He should belong in the wacky bin.
They should bring them back.
The wacky bins?
Yeah.
Damn you, Ronald Reagan!
Tommy wasted no time getting out of bed, grabbing a bowl of cereal, and starting his day of labor. Task after task was completed, from eliminating the pesky wasp nests that had collected under the eaves to mowing the grass and spraying the weeds. Roscoe follows Tommy around all day, just happy to be with him, but his behavior is off-putting. Now and then, Roscoe pauses and stares far off into the trees, just staring. He never did this sort of thing back at Tommy's home, so it was definitely a strange behavior for the dog. Tommy remained unaffected by this and pressed forward with his duties. Finally, he reached the solar panels, thoroughly cleaned them off, and checked the solar-powered batteries he would use in the day for things like AC and a small console-style TV that hooked up to an old NES.
Lame, by the way.
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer, but
He's
a lame gamer.
Yeah.
Unless this is like in like the mid-2000s.
Yeah, we don't know when this is taking
True.
place. They have solar power,
Yeah.
which I mean we've had, but like
Yeah, since like what, 1858?
so far this is just a dog in the woods.
This is no sus behavior here, other than the kid wanting to stay in the woods. Tom wanting to stay in
Yeah,
the
the
woods.
weirdest
That's weird.
part is Tom.
Yeah, Tom's a fucking lunatic. Also, who's been reading all this? Have you been reading this?
No,
Who's that voice?
I thought that was you this whole time.
Tommy noticed that the batteries weren't charging properly. Perhaps they were just old and weathered, but they seemed to be only getting up to 10% capacity. That said, he decided it would be in his best interest to just run solar in the day and the generator at night. Tommy calls it a day and returns to his cabin, where he makes himself a pot of chili and reads a book on African big game to pass the time. With that, another peaceful day goes by. Tommy once again returns to sleep. But Roscoe knows better. They don't seem to want to approach just yet, not with Roscoe still there.
They.
Did we just, is that a
They-
line from Bigfoot? Did Bigfoot just encroach upon the story? What the fuck?
Yeah, that was weird.
The following morning, Tommy wakes up again with the same sun, but the birds are no longer chirping, and the air stands deathly still. He gets back to work by examining the solar panels and battery further, tinkering with what little knowledge he has, but to no avail. He cannot fix the batteries. All while Roscoe continues staring out deep into the woods, only this time, however, he occasionally growls and snarls.
Okay, now it's getting a little.
Yeah, we're
strange.
getting a little
Yeah.
weird. So
Also, no birds and trees. Remember my experience
yeah,
with hunting?
yep.
I was hunting one time, bow
I do.
hunting, and there was nothing there.
I tell you what, have you ever seen a battery that doesn't work and be like, I can fix this. I can tinker
no.
around and make this work.
Let me use my tinkering skill like The Sims.
Yeah.
Let me tinker until I destroy something.
Yeah. I'm not a high enough level tinkerer.
Don't lock me in the basement. Don't remove the ladder to the pool. I'll never escape.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird to,
Yeah.
like, if the battery doesn't work,
Throw
that
it
son of
away.
a bitch don't work.
Yeah,
That's
you can't
it.
fix a fucking battery. What are you gonna do? Take the lithium out, and fucking blow on it?
No.
No,
That's
you
terrible
fucking
idea.
idiot. Yeah. Get your plump cock, fucking go to the store, get you a damn Duracell. God damn it, how many times I gotta tell you? Shit!
To this, Tommy remains oblivious and brushes it off as the canines bored him. But they have gotten more confident and have come even closer. only being halted by the fierce growl of a strange, small animal.
I like this. The way this is written is very
A
interesting.
lot of theys.
It's just like boom, boom. It's like boy perspective, then Bigfoot. I kind of feel sympathy for it.
It's like somebody wrote a story for this.
Is it like a story? Is this a real story we're reading?
It seems like
It's
it.
cool. Who wrote this? I'll tell you at the end. Let me know if you think it's true. Comment down below. Smash like and subscribe.
Tired of making no progress, Tommy goes on a walk around the property's fence to look for damaged parts so that he can come fix them later. There's no rush. Tommy has all summer to fix any damaged parts. He takes his grandfather's revolver with him and scans the grounds for snakes, all while walking along the fence and making notes of caved-in areas caused by weathering and trees falling. He walks along the fence line until he reaches a darker and denser area of the forest. Roscoe growls and barks, seemingly in random directions. Tommy then notices a strange bit of destruction on the fence. The wooden beams seem to have been practically ripped up from the dirt and the barbed wire snapped. A deep dark crimson coated the wire. Perhaps a bear had been through the area, Tommy thought. Trying to rationalize, he proceeded with caution, remaining ever so vigilant. Tommy moved a few steps further when Roscoe had stood in front of him, facing away from Tommy into a thick bit of trees and brush, barking madly. Concerned, Tommy called out, worried that someone may have been trespassing. Then, without hesitation, Roscoe bolted into the leaves, trees, and bushes. What followed startled Tommy as he heard the crashing and snapping of leaves, twigs, and large branches as Roscoe pursued a presumably enormous creature. Tommy, fearing for his dog, rushed in after him, only to meet Roscoe running back to his side with his tail between his legs. What followed was a powerful, dreadful roar. The crashing of more leaves and twigs quieted as whatever the animal was moved away from Tommy further into the woods. Confused and afraid, Tommy beelined it back for his cabin. He never saw what Roscoe was chasing, but a part of him didn't want to know. Tommy had loaded his carbine rifle and kept inside for the rest of the day, trying to think about what could have possibly made such noises. Part of him wanted to say a large bear, while the other part knew that was no bear.
Yeah, this dude he's ballsy though. I'd be shitting.
Yeah.
He's ballsy.
Yeah, this is weird. This is very strange. So he didn't say anything about. We haven't gotten a conclusion to Roscoe though.
Yeah. I mean, he just like his dog got his ass whooped, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Now he's just
We
like,
don't-
all right.
Yeah, he went back to the cabin and grabbed the Gibbs.
The Gibbs 308 carbine ref.
Yeah, I was expecting this
Yeah.
to be like, and then he got in his car and went home.
I would have left. Yeah, I would have left and told everyone on the way. Like I would have called everyone. I'd be like, Dad, you won't believe this. Crazy shit just happened to me out here. I got my Gibbs by me.
I got my Gibbs. Yes, Daddy, I've got the Gibbs. Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Damn
safe.
bear look like a tick. Run
Old
out
tick
there
bear.
through the woods. Old tick thing, big as a damn water balloon. Fat bastard.
Tommy spent the rest of the day attempting to calm his nerves by reading, but his concept of a safe haven was demolished. That night, he slept with a rifle by his side and a revolver under his pillow. The next day, when Tommy had finally built up enough courage, he went to continue his fence examination and started off where he had heard the creature. Roscoe stayed close by his side, no longer barking or growling, but whimpering. They walked for about 10 minutes around the fence before they came upon a creek. It was a beautiful area covered in grass, rocks, moss, and large trees. Tommy had gone closer to the creek bed to get a better view of the creek when Roscoe started barking ferociously once again. Then a large branch was thrown just inches from him, narrowly missing him. This disturbed Tommy. He was alone. Nobody else was supposed to be out here, yet a branch the size of his arm was just lobbed at him from the tree line. To say his heart sunk to the bottom of his stomach would be an understatement. What he felt was pure dread. Another item was thrown, this time a pine cone hitting Tommy on the head.
And it hit the boy in the head. Knocked him right in his fucking noggin.
Yeah.
Just,
When I think large branch, I think much larger than an arm.
yeah, it's a small branch.
That's a small, and then a pine cone. This seems like a human that he's.
yeah,
dealing
this
with.
is a human or a meddlesome troll.
Mm.
What do you think?
Oh. Also, Creek. How much you want to bet? It's Bluff Creek. Also,
Oh, in the Appalachia. Yeah, we went from Washington State.
Yep.
It's connected.
it's a long creek.
yeah, it's a wide creek too.
Yes.
In some spots,
Yep.
they say. There's a meddlesome troll out there as well.
In a mixture of fear and rage, Tommy screamed in the direction it was thrown. Tommy screamed to the woods and whatever hid within that he was armed. Yet he again received no response.
So he said, I have a gun!
And then I have arms.
I have
arms.
To which another item was thrown at Tommy, missing his face by what seemed like an inch. It was a fist-sized rock. Tommy, losing his patience, fired a shot from his revolver straight into the air, and for a while, nothing was thrown. Then a flurry of twigs, pine cones, and rocks started pelting Tommy and his dog, hurting them. Tommy then fired a shot into the brush, deafening him for a short while and putting a ringing in his ears. When the ringing finally subsided, what he heard could only be described as a mix between a roar and a cry of agony.
That Bigfoot got shot.
Bigfoot.
He
He
shot
shot
it.
a Bigfoot.
Or whatever it is.
He shot the beast.
What do you think the scream was like?
That's my cry of agony.
Can you imagine you got a gun, something's throwing shit at you, it's
Yeah.
like it's scary for a couple days. That's so funny. Oh, that would really be a meddlesome troll.
Absolutely.
And nothing more.
Yeah. Also, a fury of twigs, pine cones, and rocks.
Flurry, yeah.
That makes me think of Buddy the Elf and his ability to
Yeah.
throw snowballs. Yeah.
A McFlurry of pine cones.
Yes.
Tommy was certain now that whatever this was not an animal, nor male.
Nor male. Okay, it was a bitch.
So it's just a woman?
There's a girl out there.
Huh. That explains the scream. Yeah.
Yeah. An angry wild woman. Like in Red Dead, that wild man. Give that thing titties.
Did it have
Pendulous, swinging,
succulent
breast. We just high five for those of you who are listening.
In a panic, Tommy turned in the cabin's direction and ran as fast as he could, Roscoe following quickly behind along with whatever was throwing things at them. They could hear it close behind, making a large thud with each step it took, stepping on branches and smashing through small trees as it ran through the forest next to them, all the while still throwing rocks. Roscoe runs into the forest, Tommy losing sight of his dog, when he then hears a roar and the same agonizing scream, only this time mixed with growling and snarling. Tommy ran into the forest, chambering another round, only to be hit on the head by a sizable rock. Blood started dripping from the wound, almost drenching Tommy's face and shoulders in blood. Once he came to his senses, he finished chambering the round and fired once again in the creature's direction. The shot hits a tree somewhere in the distance, and Tommy runs for his life back to the cabin with Roscoe nowhere to be found. Tommy got a towel and covered his head to stop the bleeding, and sat down by the door to wait for his dog's return. After an hour goes by, Roscoe shows back up to the cabin, and Tommy's overjoyed. But Roscoe's covered in blood, leaves, and also dirt.
Probably a little shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Most likely a little shit. A little fecal matter.
More than likely a little bit of shit.
A little bit of fecal incident, maybe.
Tommy goes quickly out to the car and back inside to grab a first aid kit that contains disinfectant and a bandage. Tommy patches his dog up, and all while doing so, considers calling the sheriff. He brings out his phone, and to his annoyance, it has no signal, and it is already getting too dark to drive back or even go outside. Tommy went to sleep while keeping his guns even closer than before.
So you all considered calling. Yeah, I was gonna say it was literally almost in his head.
Yeah.
Where'd he keep his fucking his rifle?
He
cuddled
spoon it.
Yeah, he spooned it like a anime body pillow.
His
Or
waifu.
whatever. His waifu.
His waifu Gibbs.
Yeah, yeah, his
Yeah,
waifu
and
gift.
so he was going to call the sheriff. He's just now finding out that he doesn't have service here.
Yeah, this dude's a fucking idiot. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Tom is a dumbass, and it's also not even his real name. We changed his name for to help keep him anonymous.
Yes, because this is very true.
True story.
Yeah, I feel like, so me personally, I would have checked my phone in this time at some point.
Yeah, if I would have driven out there, realized I was going to stay for a while, for a whole summer, and I didn't have service, I would turn around and go back.
Yeah.
And not go there.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know. There would be nothing to do.
I can't talk to my friends on Discord.
What the fuck? I can't talk to my kitten.
To Tommy's relief, he wakes up. There was no incident and nothing had tried to break in that night. However, the air stood still and the air smelled of copper.
Blood. Metallic copper.
True.
Kind of does smell
Makes
a little bit like copper, I guess, but
Tastes like copper.
it does.
Tommy noticed the lack of noise, birds, and wind. In fact, it was so quiet, Tommy could practically hear his blood flowing. He tried to go back outside to see if there had been any more signs of the creature around the cabin, but the eerie silence had gotten to his head. Paranoid, he spent the rest of the day holed up in his cabin with his dog. They stood still in silence, peering out the windows into the tree line, only hearing the thumping of their own hearts in the air, leaving and entering their lungs. As they stared out at the trees, they could feel that something was staring back. The sun began to set, and Tommy would make himself a pot of stew on the stove while still staring out the window.
Okay, so more stew.
Yeah.
What is this? The 1800s? I farted. Should that go in the podcast?
If yeah, absolutely. How's that
That's
smell?
me smelling it out
Smell
of
like his stew?
Yeah, a little bit. Smells like there's sweet peas in it.
I don't like what you did with your hand after you touched your...
My hand was really like fucked up because I was squeezing it really hard.
Yeah.
And it
It
just
seemed
wouldn't
like there was something on it after the fart. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
God. I'm going to wipe that
A little
off.
jelly.
Juicy. The
Juice to fart.
juice. Yeah. Fart juice.
Yeah.
He turned the burner off and grabbed a tank of gas. Being inside all day required a lot of fuel, so Tommy went out later in the day to refuel before it became unbearably dark. He headed back inside and turned the stove on once more. He looked up to see it, staring back at him. Inches from the window, the dark silhouette stood, staring back directly into his eyes. In a flash, Tommy drew his revolver and aimed it at the window, but the figure was already gone. He thought he might have been going crazy from stress when he realized out of the corner of his eye that the motion-triggered lights had already been activated. It was real. In shock, he opened the door and looked out to see if he could see anything, but it was too late. The generator started sputtering from behind the cabin. It coughed twice, then the mechanical heartbeat Tommy so relied on went flat.
Of course it did.
That's what you get for not buying a
course it
Honda generator.
That's what you get. That's what happens.
Dumbass. What do you think you got out there? A Husqvarna?
Do they make generators?
Probably.
It was pitch black. He grabbed a flashlight quickly from his car and ran out back to fix the generator. Thankfully for him, it was an easy fix. The lights turned back on with no issue. Then, from the kitchen, Tommy heard the shattering of glass, followed by his dog's barks and yelps. He crashed back into the house to see a dark, hairy, long arm reaching its way in, grabbing his pot of food. He drew his revolver and without hesitating this time emptied every round outside the window. The long arm that was grabbing for the chili had flung it everywhere, making a mess of the kitchen.
Kevin in The Office. Get it?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I do. Yeah. That was.
I thought of that. That's not written down.
That's not written down.
No, that's pretty good.
So it's back to being chili?
It was stew.
It was stew.
Now it's chili
Now
again.
it's chili.
There's plot holes all over the story. This story got more holes than a damn Amish kite.
Places Swiss cheese.
Okay. Yours makes more sense.
What's it? Amish, they like kites?
I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't be very good at making flying machines.
Nah. You know what they love?
That's why I said Amish kites got holes in it.
True.
What do they love?
Scooters.
They also love butter.
Continuity air, chili stew.
Yeah, chili stew, etc.
Yeah.
Etc. By the way, it's etc., not
Excedrin.
Excedrin. Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's a medicine.
Excedrin. Yeah, caffeine, PM, migraines. Sponsor me. I have chronic migraines. We're gamers. We get migraines. We're very unhealthy.
He shot it a lot. He reached in and grabbed his chili.
Yeah, grabbed it like a goddamn greedy fucking...
Like a troll.
Like a meddlesome troll. This I'm telling you, there's a connection.
This is a troll. This is not a squatch. This is a troll. This is troll behavior.
Troll. A meddlesome troll.
Through troll behavior.
Troll.
By the book.
Mm-hmm.
Or to the book. To the T.
To the T. Cook the book.
Cook the book.
Yeah. This troll's a goddamn rascal.
Yeah.
Or Sasquatch, right?
Yeah.
But I hear rumors of there being more than one.
It has been they this whole time.
Yeah. For whenever we have like the weird like Bigfoot perspective moments where it's like, you know?
The creature screamed and retreated in front of Tommy. Then another scream followed. this time to the left. Then another from the right, and a third from behind the cabin. There wasn't just one. There were several of these enormous creatures surrounding the building. Tommy ran upstairs and grabbed his rifle and quickly loaded it. All the rocks, branches, and other things were being thrown at the wall of the house, smashing in more windows with monstrous and terrifying force. Every time another object was thrown, Tommy fired in the direction until after what seemed like hours, there was finally silence. From outside the house once more there was sobbing. And then what seemed like laughter.
It sounds like he's been besieged.
Yeah, by people.
Yeah.
Are these people, trolls, or
They're
Bigfoots?
laughing.
Laughing.
Why are they laughing? and they're crying.
You imagine shooting something in the woods and
Yeah.
it goes, ah! And then the next day, shoot. Oh, it's Santa and his elves. What time of year? Summer, though. Fuck.
They're busy in the summer. You think they get paid time off?
PTO? Does Bigfoot get PTO? Does Santa and his helpers get PTO?
Yeah.
Santa's, I'm assuming, the majority shareholder of the entire operation.
Yeah,
so
I feel like he can do whatever he wants.
Right, he can
but
do
the
whatever he wants.
elves.
The elves, no, I would say that they're indentured servants, to be honest. They're probably slaves.
They don't get made money?
No, I think they just get, they get to live.
Tommy fired one last shot in the direction, and silence finally fell over the cabin. It wasn't until an hour later that the sun finally came up and Tommy was finally filled with relief. He grabbed his necessities, got into his car, and drove into town to the gas station. It was there he called his dad and told him about what happened. His father drove the 5 hours to meet him at the gas station, where they both talked to the sheriff about what had happened. When they all arrived back at the cabin, the only thing the sheriff could confirm was that something did indeed happen there. The sheriff looked and looked, but could only find incomplete tracks, bullet holes, debris, and a short trail of blood leading away from the cabin. After that experience, Tommy had returned home, cursed forever with such a traumatic experience, never to return to the cabin again.
That's the end of the story.
That's it.
That's a true story.
That's
you know where
a
it
true
came
story.
from?
Where?
An anonymous 4chan user.
So it. so
it's real. It's true.
So it's 100% true.
It's 100% true and trustworthy. We should trust it. So this is Peter Caine. You never seen this guy before right here?
No. So he's a dog trainer.
Guy's a lunatic. All right. Not only is he a dog trainer, he's also a goddamn raven fucking lunatic.
His little cover image thing is amazing.
Yeah, he's crazy though. I mean, this dude's crazy. You go to most popular videos. Look at this. Bigfoot head frozen since 1953. Female Bigfoot forced me to do it. That's what I'm talking about right there.
What does that have to do with dog training?
Bigfoot used me to have a baby. Grown man cries.
What?
Yeah, dude. I mean, this is like next level stuff. Bigfoot masturbates. Man terrified. Police called. This is the classic though.
This is where it happened, back here in this dry creek bed.
Yeah.
I was back here looking, I thought one of my dogs was back here, and I was like, how'd the dog get out of the yard?
He's
I saw
packing.
a bunch of, movement, and then I got back and well, maybe it's a deer.
Right.
That's when I saw the female Sasquatch. I'm like grabbing for a gun, and then I realized I didn't bring a gun with me. I didn't have a dog with me. I was back here by myself. I was terrified. And what happened was, as soon as I was knocked down on the ground, she starts ripping my clothes off me. She did. She pulled my pants off me, and I'm like, oh, great. What? She's going to kill me. They're going to find my naked body here. It's worse. It's worse. As soon as she got my pants off me, she started, like, jerking the ween.
She started jerking the ween.
Yeah. So this guy, he had a real true encounter with Bigfoot as well.
Yeah.
This is true.
What was the grip like? Does he say? I imagine they have kind of...
Pronated.
Pronated?
Yeah. Not supinated.
Okay. Oh,
that'd be supinated.
That'd be
supinated. That
supinated.
wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, this is Peter Caine. I wanted to show you this.
This is Peter Caine. Okay.
Yeah, just a quick, little, just to wrap up
I'm very
that.
curious. So I imagine they have pretty callous hands.
Oh, yeah. Big monkey ape hands?
Yeah.
Swinging from trees? Well, they don't do that, do they?
I don't think so.
We don't really know. They're not real. But anyways.
So I imagine a Sasquatch would get a pretty firm grip on a ween,
gorilla
as he
grip.
called it.
Literally.
On his
grip.
ween. On his ween.
Skunk ape grip.
So and then, like, she just Did he finish?
I don't know. Did the old man cry?
Yeah.
Also, this is just a little bit of a skunk ape. In case you weren't aware, this is
I'm very.
Our grandfather has been telling us stories of the skunk ape for years. This is one 2000. That's a skunk ape right there. What do you think about that?
They seem a little more friendly.
Yeah, this looks like a man in a suit.
Yeah,
weirdly enough.
that's why they seem friendlier.
Yeah, because it looks like a man in a suit. Critics note in that clip that the figure walks only in view of a camera, but seemingly in a semicircle around the person filming specifically.
Yeah.
So it was walking, but it was like, film me.
Yeah.
Like,
It
oh.
wanted to be on camera.
Yeah, it was like getting
It's a bit of a diva.
pics for its Finsta.
Yes.
Here's a Bigfoot as well. Bigfoot encounter, Marble Falls. Marble
I
Falls.
still haven't quite figured out what a Finsta is.
It's a fake, like your second page fake Instagram. It's where you just fucking, I don't know, talk about your emotions and shit that literally no one cares about.
I see.
Or should care about.
I see.
So,
yeah.
You should either A, keep to yourself or tell a therapist. Pretty much.
Yeah. Get therapy.
Yeah, get therapy. It's good.
Get therapy.
It's good.
As somebody who's never gotten therapy,
Yeah.
get therapy.
I've had therapy. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. I like my therapist. I haven't talked to him in like 2 months. This is Marble Mountain Bigfoot right here. This one's one of the most fake ones. Have you ever seen this? So they find all this stuff here.
Yeah, somebody made a little lean-to, I see.
No, not somebody. That big ass motherfucker right up there. If that's a dude, that is a big mother. That's fucking Magic Johnson.
That is gigantic.
That's Wilt Chamberlain from Conan the Barbarian right there.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking dude.
That's a big Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
That dude's like 30 foot tall.
Yeah.
This is a video of a Bigfoot holding a baby crossing a river in July.
A human baby or a baby Bigfoot?
I hope a human baby. If not a human baby, I'll be very disappointed.
Saying it's Bigfoot, and I'm not saying it isn't. This is obviously
I'm not
shot
saying
with a
it's
cell
Bigfoot.
phone at 880 by 656
Right there.
resolutions. It's 30 frames
Right
per
there.
second. It isn't the greatest.
Honestly,
footage.
I'm
It's
sold.
always-
I'm sold. That looks like a goddamn beast.
Yeah, this is
I'm
that
sold.
one's real.
Yeah, I'm
that one's
horny
for
as
sure
shit
real.
right now, dude.
Because you don't like the whole monkey suit theory doesn't cover baby monkeys.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to get your baby in on this.
No,
shit.
no,
Look
no,
at
no.
that too. That's scary. If I saw that on the Shenandoah back
That's
home,
where that looks.
it
looks
really
a lot
looks like the
Shenandoah.
Shenandoah. It's either a Bigfoot with a baby or it's a guy in waders crossing the river.
Furry waders,
Yeah, mossy waders,
mossy waders,
furry waders.
What about the child?
I don't know. Could you see the child?
Yeah,
I kind of saw like something
right here. It had a little baby,
Could be like a
big baby.
Yeah, it was a big baby.
Yeah.
That was like a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Could be. How deep's the river too? Because I mean, that looked like just a shallow river. But if that's like a deep 8 foot,
Yeah.
if he's walking through an eddy,
Yeah,
and he's like got 4 feet sticking out, that dude.
that's
either,
a big bitch.
Yeah, it's a huge bitch. Yeah, residents of Cass in the Thumb region of Michigan say that there was too many hunters in the area, and the amount of open fields and size of forest would leave no good area for a Bigfoot to remain unnoticed for so long. So it wouldn't make any sense for there
I see what
to be a Bigfoot.
So around the river, there's not enough like habitat for it to stay hidden for
Right.
such a long time. I see.
Which that
I see,
makes
I see.
sense to me.
That does make great
Yeah.
sense. Yep.
That's a pretty logical, like, skeptic viewpoint
Yeah.
of a Bigfoot. There's no way to. So far, there hasn't been a single thing we've said in like that makes me want to believe in Bigfoot.
No, this is kind of sad.
Honestly, I'm sad right now.
I was
yeah.
hoping you would sway me.
No, that's not my job. My job is to just make funny. Here's a big chungus Bigfoot, big beefcake Bigfoot. You know, if a video starts like this with his fucking text and shit, it's so dumb.
Yeah, this is fake already.
Massive Idaho Bigfoot on video.
Yeah, this is already fake.
Incredible muscular giant-sized Sasquatch on camera.
Yeah, it's fake.
Look at it. I mean, that is a beefcake, though.
That is a beefcake. That's a chunky Bigfoot.
Dude, that looks so fake, though. Oh! You see
It's-
how it keeps replaying the same clip?
Yeah, this is. I was about to say this is it. This is all it's gonna do.
Oh!
Look at
God.
the thighs on that lad.
I know, the ass and the thighs and the head. Dude's got a fucking pompadour almost. A little bit of hair peeking out there. Fucking
Not
guy.
much neck.
No, really, not a lot of neck. And
Not a lot of neck.
kind of like bad posture.
Yeah, kind of like a Bigfoot.
I like that. Biggest red flag is how short the recording is. Literally less than a TikTok. That's an animated image, a GIF image worth of footage there. If something like this was in front of you, most people would record more than just 2 seconds of it. Obviously, I would record for 6 at least.
I wouldn't record because I'd be fucking gone.
Yeah, I'd be scared shitless too.
You wouldn't get no footage out of me.
Yeah, I'd be scared
that
shitless.
Close? Because I bet that thing is fast. Bigfoot?
Oh, no doubt. If a bear can run 40 miles an hour, well, I guess it's quadruped. Quadrupeds are superior at running.
Yeah.
Just in general.
All those big animals are.
Yeah.
There ain't many big bipedal beasts.
Really, there ain't many. There's none. Really.
There ain't many bipedal beasts.
Just us, pretty much.
Yeah.
And like most monkeys are
because like
kind of bipeds, right?
Like a silverback. How fast can he go on his hinds?
They walk around like fucking, you know what I mean? They look stupid when they walk. But many comments say that this is the most believable footage of the Bigfoot, which is very, very sad because
that's the most believable.
The Marble Falls one looks more believable to me. With that big, long, tall guy.
Yeah, the problem with the Marble Falls is that was like 40 foot tall.
Yeah, it's too tall. That was old Tommy too tall.
Skunk ape number 2.
Yeah, more skunk ape. In January 2015, a witness named Matt Anderson to find Bigfoot.
What did he witness?
His own penis.
Matt writes.
I was canoeing. I'm not gonna Lettuce Lake Park, whatever, dude. All right, show us the video. Oh. Okay, that does appear strange. There's no way he'd make that much noise, though, and that thing would still be there if it's a wild animal.
Yeah.
If a deer that has seen humans was that far away and you made that much noise, it'd just run off.
It'd be gone.
Yeah. Very realistic, though. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Seems very round, though.
Catching fish. Things catching fish out there. That's just someone from the bayou out there on Lettuce Lake.
Lettuce Lake.
Seems very large moving through the water. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the notes. It does seem very large. I could have,
Yeah, I noted that
We
myself.
didn't even have to note that. Yeah, that was a necessary to note. Someone in a suit would have a credible amount of difficulty moving through the water. That is true, too.
Yeah.
How would you even get out there if you're in a suit? That'd be a pain in the dick.
Yeah, you'd have to get the suit on, like, there.
Right. Yeah. That'd be hard.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the, just some random stuff I want to show you.
Yeah, that's our footage.
Few bits of information, few real life true sightings of the footed man that has big socks. This is a real actual story.
Yeah.
That could actually maybe potentially be real.
You're telling me this doesn't have any plot holes? I'm not going to see plot holes in this?
I don't think so because it's just facts, not necessarily stories.
All facts, huh?
More so fact. Okay, here we go. Encounter number 2.
Where should you go to see the big furry ape man yourself? Well, experts say and agree that the Olympic National Park in Washington is the best place to find one. It has tons of food, lots of cover, as well as nearby rivers and saltwater. Makes it a perfect place for them. Members of the Olympic Project, Derek Randalls and David Ellis, lead expeditions for Sasquatch enthusiasts. And in an interview, state, "We kind of have a saying. You don't find Bigfoot, they find you."
That's just a really convenient way to say it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, that's like, could this be, this gets really serious, by the way.
Okay.
Could this be what happened to the 22-year-old Jacob Gray, who, in 2017, disappeared after riding his bicycle into Olympic National Park during a rainstorm? One of the 1,600 people that were missing in the wild. Information relating to these disappearances was collected by David Politis, who found the North American Bigfoot search.
Missing 411. We know this guy.
Yeah, David Politis is a very respectable man.
Yes.
I look up to his work. He's done a lot of study outside of like the Bigfoot thing. He's just in like missing people.
It's what's so fascinating about him to me is the amount of positive impact he's had with missing people in national parks and forests in the wild. But then also somehow it always comes back to Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, like his website, it looks totally legit and it's all these missing stories. And if you were to just tell the stories, half of what he writes, it's be like, oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What could explain that? And he's like, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah. His website's
yeah.
very .org.
Mm-hmm. It's super.org. It's very cool. And then there's just like somehow there's a little tail end of Bigfoot in every story.
Yep.
It's weird. But it's also like kind of hard to find the Bigfoot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's...
Yeah, you got to hide it. You can't be real open about it or you'll just get called a fraud.
Yeah, because you're insinuating that these people who have gone missing have been captured by Bigfoot, which is, I mean, that's pretty far-fetched.
It's pretty absurd.
Yeah. But what else happened to him? I don't fucking know, especially when you listen to this story.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, this is very creepy. So
go on, narrator.
In his research, he found that most people disappear in the afternoon and around the time of severe weather. So what were the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of Jacob Gray? The answer to that question is unclear. Jacob was biking from Port Townsend with a trailer full of camping gear in tow. His plan was to travel to Daniel J. Evans Wilderness before he could head east. He would never make it, however, as on April 6, 2017, his bike, trailer, the majority of his gear were discovered 6.5 miles up Solduck Hot Springs Road, 40 feet from the Solduck River. Strangely, there were 4 arrows stuck in the ground in an east direction. Same afternoon, a ranger by the name of John Bowie investigated the surroundings of the bike and trailer. Where was its owner? Why is it left unattached while still full of equipment? John would make a call to Officer Brian Ray, asking him to return to the location the following morning to see if everything was not collected by then. April 7th, Ranger Ray investigated the belongings of whoever owned the trailer and was able to determine the name, Jacob Gray. The Rangers would travel to a nearby resort to inquire if he had been seen. He hadn't. Nearby were the Olympic Mountains, High Divide, 1,000 feet above with snow-covered peaks. These mountains were the source of the Solduck River. Ray would call Jacob's parents Laura and Randy. He was given a list of the items Jacob had brought with him on the trip, and discovered that a camelback and a water filter were the only things missing from the trailer. Randy would leave Santa Cruz immediately, picking up Jacob's sister Mallory on the way. They would drive 1,000 miles straight through.
So they're trying to find their son.
They're trying to find their son.
Find out what happened to him, obviously, because he's gone missing.
You can't be named John Bowie and not be a park ranger.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're named John Bowie, you're either a park ranger or...
a Texas Ranger.
Yeah, Texas Ranger.
You're a ranger of some sort.
I was going to say porn star.
Or a porn star.
John
How
Bowie.
about also, the
Girth
other
Brooks.
guy's name is Ranger Ray.
Ranger Ray, yeah. Ranger Ray and John Bowie and Girth Brooks.
Yeah. What, like... I'm starting to think this one's fake also now.
This motley crew of
these names sound staged.
Wilderness experts is going to help us get to the bottom of what exactly happened on that fateful day, April 6, 2017.
That wasn't that long ago.
No, that was 4 years ago. On the same hand, it does seem like a while ago. 4 years ago?
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
April 8th, giving an extra day for someone to come for the abandoned bike and trailer, Ray found that they were still remained and undisturbed. A search began the same day, consisting of volunteers numbering 30 people and dogs. Nothing was ever found. Randy would arrive 5 days after Jacob disappeared on April 11th, with the intention of joining the search. He and others that had met for the search, such as Laura and some of Jacob's friends, were shocked to find that the search was unassisted by rangers. One thing you have to realize about national parks is that they operate outside of the jurisdiction of other federal, state, and county services.
That's why they have park rangers.
Yep.
And that's where we cook our meth. When we do, because the DA don't give a shit if you're doing it on public land.
The DEA, they can't operate there.
Yeah, they
Only
can't do
park
it.
rangers.
They can't do
That's it.
I say I'm a sovereign citizen and a traveler under the Constitution of the United States of America, written in 1776, amended in 1811. Traveler. I'm a traveler. Then they beat the fuck out of me and spray me with mace. As I deserve. Yes.
Jacob's bike had been discovered on the other side of the river. It would have fallen in National Forest jurisdiction, which operates under county regulations. On April 12th, volunteers were requested from the Olympic Mountain Rescue, and trackers found that someone had ditched their hiking boots for running shoes and had fallen into the river. This was nearly a week after the abandoned bike was discovered. The mood shifted among searchers, and from then on they continued, only this time under the assumption that they were searching for a body. dog teams that were searching on April 13th got a hit on a log jam, sometimes meaning that a body could be trapped beneath. But after all, log jams were searched for 12 miles, nothing had turned up. The size of the search parties and frequency of them began to be scaled back. A pair of shorts in Jacob's size was found several miles down the river and resembled a pair that he reportedly been given for Christmas. Jacob isn't the only person who's gone missing in the Olympic National Park. Stranger still, bodies that are recovered are often found in places that were already searched, without clothing or footwear despite hypothermia being disproved.
Last stages of hypothermia, people often feel hot and take off their clothes. But you know that from the Aaron Hedges, Crazy Mountains case. We did a big video on that. Got deleted. Lost the footage. Power storm. Inclement weather got it. Very dumb. But we did learn about it. This is similar though. So they find his clothes miles away from where he went missing, which is very odd.
Bigfoot been known to rip a man's pants off, as we learned
jerk
from
his ween.
Yep.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem like it in this one. I feel bad for joking.
No. This is a very serious, sad story.
Sad. I don't
like
this.
The stuff that was happening to old Tom. The whole time I was like,
yeah, fuck this guy.
Fuck this kid.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
This kid though.
Jacob was just biking along in the rain.
That is weird too. Yeah. That is pretty. Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Randy, Jacob's father, later made the statement, "I could see Jacob being adopted by a family of Bigfoot, hanging with them, which would be good."
He joked about it. He joked about a family of Bigfoot
Hanging with them,
hanging out with him.
Yeah. Like that person in Greek mythology who was raised by wolves.
Yeah.
Who was that? I forget his name. He was raised by wolves. Whatever. Raised by a fucking Bigfoot though. Jacob.
Yeah. Yeah. Jacob was raised. Jacob was raised by wolves. Jacob. They're joking about him getting along with the Bigfoot.
Yeah. Like they're like, oh yeah, my son's missing. He probably got
Yeah.
probably got adopted.
Yeah. What a weird take on that. Not like, hey, my son's missing. Maybe the daggone Bigfoot did it. They beat the shit out of him or something. Like he's very optimistic. That's good.
Yeah, not that they beat the shit out of him and killed him. They maybe he's one of them now.
Yeah,
maybe he's an elder.
But they didn't jerk his ween. That's for sure. We can confirm that.
Randy would continue to search for his son, seeking help from whoever would listen. He eventually found himself meeting with the Olympic Project members, who allowed him to stay in their Bigfoot barn.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like
that
fucking
sounds like
fun.
a great time.
Yeah, it sounds like
the Bigfoot barn.
Yeah, that sounds like the ultimate man cave.
Yeah,
that's like the next level.
Or
man cave
is the Bigfoot barn a place that they keep Bigfoot?
No.
Do they have like?
No, they don't have any proof of Bigfoot.
We don't.
We do know
the Olympic folk, the Olympic Project. Maybe that sounds like a cover up. By the way, that sounds like some sort of like DARPA.
Right. 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Post Cold War, like Bigfoot, like
maybe
the Olympic Project.
They got a couple stalls with Bigfoots, and
hopefully the barn didn't burn down.
Very true.
Yep, have to get in there. Get on out of here, Bigfoot! She's burning down! And then the Bigfoot runs out.
Yeah. Crying.
If you burn up, who's gonna jerk my ween?
The Olympic Project created the Olympic Mountain Response Team, which was dedicated to responding to missing persons reports in the mountains. They never attempted to convince Randy that his son was abducted by Bigfoot, despite believing that Bigfoot is involved in many toddler disappearances. Randy, joined by these volunteers, spent hundreds of hours searching for Jacob, and never so much found as a hint of where he could have gone. It wasn't until August 10th, 2018, 18 months later after Jacob disappeared, that he would be found by a team of biologists that would find his clothing, as well as his remains, at Hoh Lake. Hoh Lake is 5,300 feet above sea level, 15 miles west from where his bike was found, or 10 miles from the start of the Soul Duck trailhead. The coroner would rule the cause of death as inconclusive. He was identifiable only by his dental records. We may never know what happened to Jacob. Was he abducted by a Bigfoot, as predicted by a local psychic?
No. Most likely not. I mean, If it's predicted by a local psychic, that's kind of usually like a point in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Whatever the psychic says, the opposite is usually what I believe.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah. Why are we going off of local psychics?
Because that's just what he said.
Why? But who cares? I don't care.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Include it in there.
Why would he have gone up the mountain when most adults when lost go down? Why would he plan and tell people he was headed east, then go west?
Why would he plan and tell people he was headed east, then go west?
This sounds more and more like the Aaron Hedges case.
That's what I was, when I read it the first time, I was like, this is crazy. This is just like your standard missing 411. Guy goes missing. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
Body found fucking 10 miles. I walked 10 miles. You can't walk 10 miles.
No.
How do you fucking walk 10 miles? Unless you're trying really hard.
10 miles in that terrain.
Yeah, in that terrain. I walked 10 miles in my house a couple weeks ago because I was talking on the phone a lot. I had to sleep for 3 days.
We're pacers.
At least Randy and the rest of Jacob's family now have some closure. Will we ever have evidence of the existence of a Bigfoot? Or many things that are, may always be, unexplained.
All right, that's the end. That's all we got. I mean, we already did all this.
Yeah.
We just opened so many heads. We just red pilled. We Bigfoot pilled. We foot pilled.
Foot pill.
Hopefully, at least 100 people. How many people are watching this right now or listening to it? 100?
Couple.
200? You think? 50?
We'll leave it a couple.
Couple few?
Me and you, once we post it.
Yeah, true. My huge dick and balls is tingling though because this is like.
Yeah, this really has my plump cock thinking.
I like that so much.
Plump
Plump
cock.
cock. I say, how many times did I say it? At least like 4.
Yeah.
Right. Plump cock.
Plump cock.
Yeah. If we us as a community, we put our plump cocks together and then created a rat.
Heads together.
A rat
put
king.
our plump.
Our plump cocks together.
Yeah.
We have to dock our plump cocks into a ring of cock. Plump cock.
Yeah.
You know that thing, the Rat King?
Mm-hmm.
That's a bunch of rats tied up?
Yeah.
We did that, but with our plump cocks.
Yep. We'll come to the bottom of this.
We're going to come into the bottom of this. I'm so sorry. This has been the Spooky Skeletons podcast, my friends. I don't know if we have ads on this one or not. I don't know if any advertiser would ever want to sell this or would purchase this advertising slot. I don't know if you guys even enjoy this, but I really want to do this more, a lot more. It's super long, probably the longest piece of media that I've ever made. We recorded for 2.5 hours. Quite impressive. And probably 20% of it will see the light of day because I said some racist shit. I said some fucking ableist shit. I said some sexist shit.
You did a lot of bad things.
I did so much bad shit.
I was perfectly PG.
You pretty much were, yeah. Except for that plump cock bit there at the end.
Oh, that's...
yeah.
We all got plump cocks, so like...
Well, not all of us.
All of us.